Once upon a time, a little boy named Charlie, who was abandoned by his mother in a boarding school because she had no money, education, or values to keep the child. Charlie was going classes at the orphanage, but they were very boring. One day, had a memory was learning algebra was so bored. He decided to go for a walk in a garden.
To reach the garden, go on book down and picks it up and sees his reflection in it. He decided to it in an return to class. When entering class sees his teacher is a Oompa Loompa, and his companions were very peculiar. His best friend was now a fairy which goes to his rescue and sees what his Oompa Loompa teacher was very small but hungry respect for his wisdom and their bowels. They respect profession Oompa Loompa, how they learn from which child because it has a different skill.
All teachers, Oompa Loompas, had the mission to teach the values to the children, unlike many schools where today no makes. Seeing all his partners had a skill, he wanted to know if he had one, but he doesn't find this skill, and he started to cry. To see him cry, one of the Oompa Loompas says, "Charlie, what happened to you?" Charlie answered, "I feel very alone, and I think that I don't belong to this world." Oompa Loompa says, "No, Charlie, I will help you to find your way, your freedom," and the Oompa Loompa tells his whole story and why he is here.
The Oompa Loompa takes him where there is a world full of computers, where he begins to test or experience magic, experience the best that he has. When they are out of the magic world of the computers, he takes him to the spell class to make a better world, where he learned about the science and how to implement them in the humanities. One day, he begins to feel ill, so his best friend took him to the infirmary. The nurse was a very terrible and professional unicorn who discovers that Charlie has a terminal illness.
He decides that before the time you reach it, you must find what your skill without becoming a boring person that was in the orphanage. Science then decided to enjoy every moment of your life as if were the last. After school was to look for the snake Oompa Loompa teacher.
When they found him, he sat down to walk to him to tell him about what he told the nurse unicorn and prepared to help you find your skills. Mr. Snake made me promise that what I did had to be for the common good, but our world returned to burning scientific school. He had to follow what your heart said. After talking Charlie with Professor Snake was talking to the nurse unicorn, so they could do for Charlie. The nurse promised to find a potion to cure him.
The nurse goes to the director for permission to prepare the magic potion that is very risky. Mr. Potter, director, asked the name of the student. How needs it? She very anxious. Gave it and sing the manager that name. He realized that the boy was his son. Mr. Snake, looking for Charlie, to the plan that has given him and this wise help him towards his skill and turn into the person he wants to be.
Professor told to Charlie how people today do not understand what that the success of to create something they more than pure science. Because the supplement with passion and love, what do you do? So all of that will take you faster and successfully well. Charlie, if you want to disappear that ill, I will help you to make the potion. However, if you will find the secret to make the potion, but you will have to listen this. Charlie was willing to listen to instructions from Mr. Snake. First, he had to find something beautiful, subtle, historical, and artistic. You have to love what you do. And finally, seize the day today, live every second, tomorrow, thinking about tomorrow. Inspiring and encouraged by what the teacher had said Snake. Charlie kept thinking which one was the formula of that potion.
All night he tried with the stones, and he can't. Then he put all the love possible, but neither was found. Charlie didn't know that he was very close to find not only the answer to him desired, but also what would trigger his ability. Charlie, after nights of research and coherent potions, with the company of the nurse Unicorn and the Professor Snake, he found the cure. Charlie see that without them he doesn't find these things. He always was near, but the only thing he had to do was implement the science in favor of good.
He just need inspiration. After he take the potion, the illness disappeared. Was so happy that he decided to create something that was in his heart, and at the precise moment he discovered his ability was to invite technological things. When it came time to return to the real world, began to show that he was able to teach not only the material, also the moral. But he always will remember his trip because it taught him the success.